Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. From quirky figurines to terrifying pearl pendants, our next guest scoured the world's museums for hidden treasures that all dog lovers will appreciate. We welcome the author of Museum of Dogs, Jessica Poundstone. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You are among dog lovers, so we're all obsessed with this book.
Amazing.
Tell me about the idea, and you really traveled the world to put this together.
I virtually traveled the world, but yes, I did. Yeah, I was on the Metropolitan Museum of Art's website, and my day job, I'm an artist. I was on there for a project looking at ancient vases and different shapes, just for inspiration and ideas. And I knew that they offered a lot of their images as public domain images.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, dog people think about dogs a lot.
Yes.
And I just was on that website and said, gosh, I wonder what would show up if I put the word dog into this search engine. And I did, and it was like treasures.
No way.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I really encourage you to do it.
Okay, that sounds like
you
it
have
could
this
be
book, but
a whole afternoon.
Oh my gosh. It was a whole afternoon that turned into many afternoons on many websites from many museums, and my family having to endure me running upstairs from my basement studio and like, oh my gosh, you guys, you're not gonna believe what I found. And they're like, okay.
I saw the awesome pull quote that was like, in ancient times, you couldn't send an Instagram or a text that says, hey, look at this cool dog. Yeah. So they put it in all these artifacts, but that was the universal language of, hey, I have a cute dog.
Yes.
Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Everyone can understand.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the images, beginning with the cover art. Tell me about this figure.
Yeah, this little French bulldog is made by a French guy named Émile Gaillet.
Okay.
And he is better known for his very elegant vases.
Sure.
Glass work.
Look at
there
that.
We can see them.
Okay.
So it's like elegance, wackadoodle, elegance, elegance.
That looks like a very elegant guy to me. Oh, those are incredible.
Yeah, so there was this mold that he made of this one that's on the cover and then made all of these other ones. So when I first saw his name, there's a picture of him.
So that's the actual piece we can see with you on the right.
Yes, so that piece is at the Cooper Hewitt Museum in New York.
Wow.
And it's actually in their off-site storage facility. So I wrote to them and said, hey, would it be possible for me to come and see this dog in person? And they were like, yes.
Amazing.
So I went out there, and it was like, it was a dream. It was a dream come true.
It's a very regal little figure to be deserving of the cover, I think.
Yes, I think so too.
That
Perfect
is so awesome.
mascot.
Okay, now there's another incense burner, is that right? Tell me about that.
Yes, so that is one from Japan.
Okay.
You can see.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's maybe a little bit hard to see here, but the incense wafts out of the dog's ears and mouth.
Way. Genius.
Yep. And then on the back of the dog, you can see its cute little tail.
Yes.
And there is this very detailed picture of a koi fish back there.
Wow.
Which, yeah, just what an adorable little fella.
That's stunning.
And incense in Japan at the time that this was made was a very big deal. And so you would have all of your friends over, like you would buy an incense that was extremely valuable.
Okay.
And all, like opening this beautiful bottle of wine or something.
Oh,
you would have everyone over and do this incense
you could show off to your
thing
friends.
together. Or that was a kit, an incense party kit, basically. It's an incense game. So you would have your friends over and they would all guess what incense. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Okay.
Look it up.
Fabulous.
It's crazy.
And there's
amazing.
a famous dog, is this right? A poodle that was kind of a show dog?
Yes, this was like a performing dog that was out on the streets in Paris and London. And there's a picture of Munito, the wonderful poodle, on the box of chocolates in France, right? So yeah, the dog would indicate the correct answers to questions by either touching or sniffing at a card that his master, Signor Castelli, and nobody thinks that was his real name, would put down. And again, these stories of these objects, Charles Dickens went and saw, like the writer Charles Dickens went and saw one of these shows, and he's like, I've got this figured out. They're indicating what card it is by like breaking some aniseed in Signor Castelli's pocket.
Oh, funny.
And then Jules Verne, the author, then came later and was like, no, Signor Castelli has a toothpick in his pocket and he breaks it so Munito can hear it, and that's the card that he chooses.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah.
A great caper of the time.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Okay, there's actually a dog game piece, and we're talking an ancient piece.
Very ancient,
okay.
Yes. This is from ancient Egypt.
Wow.
This is the oldest piece in the book, and it might have been used for a game, but the game that's most likely to have been used for usually has lionesses as their pieces. So, but this one, what was so interesting about this to me was, well, first of all, it's 2850 BC.
Whoa.
That's what this is from. It's made of hippopotamus ivory, but you can see that it has a collar.
Yeah.
Which is telling us that Egyptians used collars on their dogs. And when I looked into that a little bit more, I learned some of the names that Egyptians had for their dogs.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll just read some of them out. Some were named after some positive traits. Brave one, reliable. Some were poetic, son of the moon, breath of life. And then there were some for the dogs they didn't like.
Uh-oh.
Useless.
No.
The one with the bad temper.
No.
And my favorite, the one I do not like.
Oh, that's so sad. Those poor dogs. That's hilarious. Okay, we have time for a couple more pieces here. There's a really special pendant that you found.
Yes. Very special in that I would definitely want to meet the person who would wear this pendant.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
The body is made of a pearl. They were calling them Baroque pearls at the time. You know, it's like a freshwater pearl. It's got very irregular shape. So at the time, they were just taking those pearls and just being like, what does this remind me of? And then like making whatever. So this one turned into a dog. There's mermen. There's, you know, dragons. There's all kinds of things. And this one, the body is a pearl. The head and feet are gold. The tongue is a giant ruby. Oh, it's not giant, but it's a ruby. If you zoom in on the tongue,
I need this somehow. That's amazing. Okay, we quickly have time for one last one. There's a German travel manuscript.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was sort of a travel log that was entirely made up and mostly plagiarized from other things that had been written at the time. And so, yeah, this is from 1459.
Whoa.
So it's by Sir John Mandeville, who, much like Signor Castelli, was probably not a real guy.
Right.
But yeah, they just swiped a bunch of stuff from all these encyclopedias and stuff that was already written. And these dogmen were someone that they had encountered on their travels and were said to be great folk unless you try to wage war against them. If they take any man in battle, they just immediately eat him.
Oh, of course.
Which, you know, fair.
Makes a lot of
sense. Don't attack the dogmen. Leave them alone.
This is endlessly fascinating. Thank you so much for stopping by. We just love the book. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, Jessica has a book event tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's at Powell's on West Burnside, and we'll post all those details on our website. The book, again, is Museum of Dogs, and just for more information, just head to our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.